This is Data Structures and Algorithms, class 4. In this class, we are supposed to make a base 10 to binary number converter. I did it in both Java and in Python. Um, so let me just pull up Spider. And so how conversion to binary works is that you're dividing the number by 2, and you're focusing on the whole number that is given and the remainder. And so we have the formula which is n is the so this right here is where we type in the number. N is this number right here, the whole number, and it equals the integer, which is an integer, and that number is divided by 2, but you continue dividing by 2 until you get a 0 and a 1, and those are the most important values because binary numbers is basically 0 and 1s, but it's the placement of the 0 and 1s that makes it most important in identifying like what number is which. So let's run this program. So we have 12 there. It only works on integers. It doesn't work on floats, so I have to only put whole numbers. So let's start. Let's do 12. Run the program, and we get 1100. And then we also were given like a converter that was like a website. So let's pull up that calculator and put in 12. Same thing. So I was right. That's that one. We can pull up my Java one, and it's the same thing. I guess the only difference is that I have two methods. So usually in Java, one thing I noticed is that like you would have the program, and if your program involves like I guess like user input, but usually there's like two different methods. Like in Python, I guess visually for me, it makes sense that everything that I need is in one piece, but it's the paragraphs that make it the different components. And the same thing is in Java too, how like you have the class, well actually the package, and then the class, and then within the class you have the methods. So the first method is the formula, and then the second method is what drives that formula. What is changing that formula? What do I have to use to get the output? What is changing the output? So this number here is what drives it. This the integer n equals 17, and this value is being put into this formula right here where n is continuously being divided by 2 until you have zeros and ones as the remainder, and as the dividend, and then the remainder. So we can run this program. We have 17 as the value. Select main class. And we have 10001, and we can check on the converter and do 17. Same thing. So we know that both of them works. And one thing about arrays is that they are basically like the way that a data is structured, so that it's put into a list almost. And I guess the confusing thing about it is like the video was talking both about because it's still a learning process when I'm learning about all of these system and algorithms, is that whenever arrays are discussed, there's also talking about the way it's modeled after memory storage, or like how any type of information is stored into a computer. So it's almost like on a smaller scale, whenever we're doing like typing in numbers and information and data, it's also stored that way in its memory, the way the machine organizes everything, which was really interesting. And that's basically everything.